Hi ladies, I am coming to you recorded. I really wanted to come live today, but we actually have a birthday party right in the middle of this session, and so although I did very much consider bringing my ring light and my background to the birthday party, I did decide against that, unfortunately. I do miss the live interaction because it's my favorite thing, being back and forth, but I will be on later. I just want to tell you that I am absolutely adoring this group and all those that are a part of it. It is really fun and exciting to learn alongside of you. Although I have been in the business for almost 2 years, I have learned so much in the past 24 hours that I cannot even begin to explain. And I'm in the business as a SeneGence distributor. So we are learning together, and I don't know about you, but I'm having a really, really good time. So if you will notice already with my face, although I do have both eyes done, super neutral, I have my lips done, I have half of my face has BlushSense. And I don't know if you can tell, one side looks a little bit more lifted than the other side. And then one side of my face has concealer as well. So we have 5 different types of concealer. We have green, which is going to take out the redness in your face. We have white, which is going to help with highlighting as well as mixing in different colors and changing up colors. We also have light, medium, and deep, and those are concealers based on your skin tone. So if you notice, one of my eye looks a little bit more fresh, a little bit more awake, and in my opinion looks a little bit more lifted. Also, of course, one of my cheeks is more accented and a little bit of contouring. I'm not a huge contourer. I actually am nowhere near a professional with makeup, quite the opposite. As of 2 years ago, I didn't wear makeup other than maybe once a month for date night. And so it's really funny that I jumped into skincare and jumped into a makeup business because I just genuinely believe in the product, and I'm getting more and more skilled with it, although I am nowhere where I need to be. So don't fear the product. Trust me, if you were to watch my videos a year and a half ago, you would laugh hysterically because I was literally terrible. So this is my face that is done. Okay, and this is my side of my face that is not done, which I'm sure you were able to tell. I can truly see the difference in this eye and just this under. You can see definition in here, a little bit of sunken in, exhausted eye because I literally did not sleep last night, and then this eye looks fresh, awake, and way more lifted. So I'm going to start first and foremost with the way more lifted component. You know what I forgot is I actually have silk on my face. Then I did my concealer, and then I did my tinted moisturizer. So I will show you the concealer part of it, but I completely forgot to bring over the tinted moisturizer, because after I put on this concealer, okay, I'm then gonna wanna put on the tinted moisturizer. So what you see here, for the longest time, I just went back and forth underneath my eyes until I really started learning some of the techniques. And some of the techniques state that for a more lifted eye, you're going to want to do this like triangle effect. All right, so I'm basically just taking a brush in there. You can use your finger. I would recommend your ring finger, because it is the least abrasive and the least damaging. Okay, but I'm going to go in there and I'm going to, whoa, magic. I mean, literally right before your eyes. Okay, this concealer can make you look more and more awake and your eye lifted. Okay, there we go. Bye, boom. Okay, we're even gonna let that kind of sit in there, soak in, and then it literally gets better with time. Also, I'm going to want to put my tinted moisturizer over the color so that I can blend in the color, right? Okay, now, I'm sure that you can get so many more tips from your personal distributor as well as others that are going to post in here. So please, distributors, feel free and post in. I have to be completely honest that I took this time slot because it hadn't been filled, and I don't use concealer. So if I'm being perfectly honest and vulnerable with you, my mind was blown already by myself about an hour ago when I started to put on the makeup. Like, oh, wow, look at my eye. It really does look amazing in comparison to the other. Usually I'll throw on some eye illuminator, but now I'm gonna find myself using this concealer more and more and more because 1, I opened it, and 2, I can see that it's legitimately working. Another thing that I have down here is that wonderful little zit that I talked about in my normal to dry video. It is almost completely gone. Literally due to Spot On, which I talked about in my video, and there's way more information in the Spot On category. But just to make it completely disappear, you're just going to take a little bit left over of your concealer that you put underneath your eye. Boom, it's gone like magic. So in all due respect, in all sincerity and being completely vulnerable to you, I actually am using this on myself for the first time. I know, it's like an adventure every day with SeneGence because I literally learn something new about myself, about my makeup process, about my face, every single day alongside of you. So if you thought about being a distributor, we'll talk about that later. You don't need to be a makeup artist and you don't need to have all the skills because we truly learn as a team together. And if I can do it, trust me, you can do it. But that is for a later time. Okay, so what I have here is I actually have my evening moisturizer. And I like to use the lid of the evening moisturizer to mix in my colors. The glorious part about SeneGence is that you can mix up all the colors. My lip color right now is 3 different colors mixed together. So you can choose to customize the colors that you're wanting. Now in the spring and summer, my favorite BlushSense is Terracotta. Terracotta has that peachy tone. It's perfect to transition into fall. It just gives, I usually do a more neutral blush just because of not being so used to, you know, bold and bright colors. So what I do is I put a little bit of that on top here. You can see that I've already started mixing, and the reason why is because I chose to go a little bit more bold and to show you off how you can mix these various colors of BlushSense. Now this is Cherry. Everybody's scared of Cherry. Look at how deep and pigmented that color is. Naturally, we shy away, most of us, from Cherry because it can just be a little bit frightening. Holy moly, that's red. Now, what I have seen Cherry do with eyeshadows, with mixing in with blush, people putting it on their lips. For Crazy Hair Day, I put it in my kids' hair. The versatility of Cherry alone is quite amazing. Then I'm going to take a little bit of Toasted Rose. Toasted Rose was my very favorite BlushSense until I ran in and fell in love and met Terracotta. Toasted Rose, you can see, is a super, super neutral color based on your skin tone. And then I like to mix those 3 up. So there is my color palette. You know, and maybe I'm getting too fancy. Maybe I just want to totally see how it feels to be an artist and feel like a genuine makeup artist. All right, and so I'm going to push that down onto my, and I just take the end of my brush. You can take your finger, you can take another brush, but I'm just gonna put that into my blush line. Okay, so right in there, and then I'm gonna blend that in. Now, I'm gonna post a picture of what it looked like when I was contouring at the very beginning of this side, because I literally, I don't know why I just said literally. Myself, my boys right now, I have a 6.5, 4.5, and 2-year-old. And we are obsessed with saying literally, and we say it way too much. And then we literally, I just said it again without even meaning to. We crack up when we say it. So I'm cracking out to myself right now, but they're not even in here. And you're probably like, why is this girl saying literally so much? But when you spend all your time with children, which I'm sure some of you are stay-at-home moms or work-at-home moms or have little kids in the house, you know that sometimes your vocabulary changes. I was an English teacher for 6 years, and then I taught teachers for 2 years and then chose to stay at home with my kids for the time being. So that's why I love SeneGence so much. Okay, so what I'm now doing is I'm taking natural concealer, which you could use light as well. I just have natural open. It is a discontinued color. It may actually still be available, or your distributor may have some. And I'm going to take that up on the top area. Okay, and that is going to be a little bit of my highlight for just a little bit of contouring. I'm not a huge contourer. I really don't feel comfortable in it. I don't feel confident. I'm sure if I spent more time working on it and practicing it, I would feel better about it. But I'm also the girl that wears silk and tinted moisturizer on a daily basis. So if that gives you a feel for my makeup process every single day, as much as I want to get better and as much as I like getting glammed up a couple times a week, the majority of my week is just silk, tinted moisturizer, a little bit of lip sense, right, and some mascara, our lash sense with under sense. Now, I will find myself, though, using this concealer a lot more because it's giving me the very fake appearance of being wide awake and well rested, which I am not. So I have to tell you that this has become possibly a staple item. Now what I have here is I actually have chocolate cherry. I thought I had a bronzer, but I don't have it, and you'll find those colors, chocolate cherry may be retired, but bronze for sure is still available in the new color pigmented, and I'm going to use it as a little bit of contouring down here on the bottom, okay? And if you need a cheat sheet like I always need, you're just going to go to Pinterest, you're going to talk to your distributor, and they're usually going to be able to help you with how in the world you can put contouring. There's all those fun, I actually did a mega Pinterest fail where I put makeup colors all over my face like the Lion King. I don't know if you've seen that picture of this, the cutest girl ever. She has blonde hair, perfect makeup, and then she goes in and does all this contouring. So I did a mega Pinterest fail of my own contouring, and I looked like straight out of the Lion King. So I might post that just for giggles. So that is all really that I did. Now here I could use a little bit of work because I need to go in and kind of touch up my tinted moisturizer over that concealer. But you can see now that I have 3 spots that I put in my stuff. I put in the highlighter up in here, the light or the natural concealer. Then I did my BlushSense blend in my cheek zone, and then I did a little bit of contouring down in there. Okay, I know it's not called low light, but that's what I'm thinking right now, but it's the contouring. It's the darker color to kind of pull out that cheekbone. And that's all it took. So if I wouldn't have been talking through the whole thing, I literally could have done, there's the literally again. If I wasn't talking through the whole thing, I could have done this in less than 3 minutes. And that is how easy it is. Pretend to be an artist, pretend to be a makeup artist, fabulous, gorgeous makeup artist. You can use your lids, you can use a plate, you can use anything to mix up the colors, but the versatility of our product is phenomenal, and you can mix it all up. Another fun thing that you'll find out later on, I think, is SeneGence. I also use SeneGence as a concealer, but I'll let that speak for itself.